being on some chill. We go
Number 5.
to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick.
All right, it's Monday night, the 30th of December. Welcome back to the $5 multi. You're with your number one Usho Lisi, aka Cal, aka Panthers have the number 7 pick in the NFL draft. Tua Tagovailoa.
He's not dropping that, Luke.
Today, joined by special guest Nathan.
What up, man? Thank you for having me. I've been trying to get on this for quite a long time, man. So, yeah, if only you guys knew, man. So, I'm just happy to be here.
Nah, it's good to have you on. You know, one of our more loyal listeners. So it'd be good to see what you've got to say and share your shitty multi at the end of this pod.
Yeah, well, hey, I'll preface this by saying I don't play any sports. I'm not a pro athlete or anything, but I watch a lot of sports. So, you know, if you're listening to this, you're probably looking for advice on something. So, you know, those, you know, if you're a pro athlete, you know, take my opinion with a grain of salt. But if not, listen to what I have to say. I watch a lot of sport, probably more than these people on ESPN and the Ringer and whatnot. So.
Oh, hold up, not the Ringer.
Oh yeah, it's a bit blasphemous when you speak ill of the Ringer around here. Eh?
There'll be no the Ringer blasphemy on the $5 multi.
No, that's what I got on here, man. I'm sick of $5 multi is just an echo chamber for the Ringer, man. So we gotta get some different opinions around here, man.
Man, you're coming in hot with the haterade. You've only been on this podcast for 2 minutes.
But Seven's propaganda on here.
Yeah, one day he's gonna add us to the Ringer network.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope you hear this, Bill, man. Then I'll stop calling you out for being Clippers season ticket holder. I'll call you
old argument. Old argument. He's yeah. All right. Well, look, we'll jump straight into what we've been watching this week. We'll start off with the NBA.
Yeah.
The biggest NBA news is probably the Lakers and their shitty form.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Christmas Day, they choked and you know, they gave the game away to Kawhi and the Clippers, and that was their 4th straight loss.
Yeah.
So everything, it wasn't looking too good for them. I mean, LeBron was during that 4-game losing streak. I think LeBron was putting up about like 21, like 9 and 9.
Yeah.
So stats wise, he's still putting up decent numbers, but I think over that stretch he was shooting sub 40%, which is uncharacteristic. Sub 40% from the field.
Sub 40. Sorry.
Yeah.
40.
So he's shooting like around about like 38-39%, which is uncharacteristic of LeBron. So, but you know, they lost 4 in a row.
Yep.
The last one being Christmas Day against the Clippers, and then they've had a couple of wins since then, and with the latest one being today against Luka and the Mavs.
Yeah.
So, that was. I honestly I didn't think the Lakers looked that great in today's game against the Mavs as well.
Yep.
Luka took a hard fall in the second quarter. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, like he drove into the paint and then he pulled up and Dwight Howard went and blocked him and kind of like the block was so strong that he kind of just held the ball and like pushed him down.
Oh,
and
damn.
and he took a pretty hard fall. So I think it was a bit of whiplash there as well because I think he landed real hard on his back, but he ended up like knocking his head as well. So that was just a couple of minutes before halftime.
Yeah.
But then he returned for the start of the third. So
Yeah, let's say because he still logged 30 minutes.
yeah. So he's still returning. He played, but you could see. I'm not too sure if it was the ankle injury or something that kept him out for a few games before.
Yeah.
But he was limping throughout the game, and I don't know. I guess he didn't have too flashy a game like what did he shoot 5-14 from the field.
Yeah.
But he didn't have his best game. So and when Luka doesn't play well, then
The whole night.
Yeah. So basically the team goes how Luka goes. So if he's shooting poorly from the field, then it's unlikely that they're not gonna get the job done. And they're also missing Tim Hardaway Jr. as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I mean, that guy is like definition of streaky shooter. But when he gets it going, he can put up points pretty fast. And with he did play, but he only played like a few minutes or so.
Yeah, I looked at the box score. He only had a few minutes.
Yeah, so they missed him for a majority of the game, and then Porzingis, he was in foul trouble throughout. I think he got 5 fouls like early in the third quarter. So it's just hard to play when your second best player is in early foul trouble. But Lakers 4-game skid, but they've pulled out back-to-back ones. So
Well, they're both over like the Mavericks. For how much people love the Mavericks, they're not one of the elite teams, and then the other win was against the Trailblazers. So I mean they're getting it done, which is what you want from the Lakers, but like you said, convincing.
Yeah. And I feel like that's been the story of the Lakers regular season so far, is that they've had like a pretty easy schedule. And then like there have been a lot of games where they've just squeaked by.
Yeah.
Against teams that they should have like easily beat. But end of the day, they're still winning. They're still kings of the West right now. But it's I guess it's just a wait and see thing with the Lakers because they do have a veteran squad. Like a lot of these guys have been in the league for 10 plus years. They're in their early to mid 30s. So it's just wait and see approach. Like we're not even halfway through the season, so it's they've got a long way to go, and then by the time the playoffs roll around, you got to see what kind of condition the veterans are in. Yeah, because outside of AD and LeBron, there's a lot of veteran talent, but if one of them go down, they're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of teams, like really top heavy. So.
Yeah. And I mean, and they're still waiting for that reliable third option.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's supposed to be Kuzma filling that role, but he's had ankle issues from when he was with Team USA. He picked up that ankle injury, and then he struggled for a bit, and then and then he just came back from injury. I think it was Christmas Day, I think it was Christmas Day he came back.
And he put up the numbers?
Yeah. Put up 15 in the first quarter, and then ended up, finish with team high 25. against the Clippers, and then I think and then he backed it up the next performance, the next game against Portland. I think he dropped 24 or something.
Yeah.
But then today, he had the big fat donut, 0 from 7.
But if Kuzma's in like like the end of the fourth quarter, like the crunch lineup, what how does what's the Lakers lineup going to be if you go Kuzma, LeBron, and AD in there?
Well, what do you mean by that? Like, how are they going to play with those three in the lineup?
Yeah, like who's going to be on the court when all three of them are in for the crunch time?
I think you got to go with those three, and then probably Dwight at center, and then I would go with Danny Green. Danny Green will be. Yeah. I was thinking maybe Avery Bradley, but no, I think Danny Green. He's a proven guy. He's got a couple of rings, and he's just that good guy. Like, you just know he's gonna spot up in the corner, and if you get it to him and he's open, he's gonna knock it down. So, and then I think Dwight. He's proven himself to be very effective in limited minutes.
Yeah.
So I think he needs to be there at the death. What's he shooting from the stripe? That's the only thing is that
Hackett Dwight.
Yeah. So at the moment he's shooting just under 49%, which is not ideal.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where it gets tough. So there's some of the big decisions that Frank Vogel has to make. But you never know. Maybe Boogie will be back by then. I've been hearing that he's ahead of schedule. Who knows what's left?
Yeah, I forgot he was in the Lakers.
Yeah. Because he tore his ACL in the offseason.
Yeah.
And it's that, and that's what I was talking about with a friend of mine. Is just how much of Boogie is left, because he's coming off a torn Achilles, and then when he came back, he's tore his quad.
Yeah. And
then he tore his ACL, and this is a guy that while he already had limited athleticism, and while he wasn't overly reliant on it, like in the NBA, you have to have some sort of athleticism to get you by. If you wanna like blow by your opponents and whatnot, like back to the basket, like having crafty post moves. Like you can have that, but it's and I think it was Rick Carlisle that said it as well. He said the post up is the worst position in basketball today.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it's not like it was back in the 80s, early 90s, where it was that's the thing you wanted to do, work inside out. It's just it just doesn't work like that anymore. But and
that's all pre-analytics before Daryl Morey come in.
Yeah. So, but I love that style of play. So, I'm hoping one day it'll come full circle and we get back to that. But that's the thing I worry about with Boogie is that he's just he's basically lost 2 years of his prime due to injury, and he's lost out on so much money. He turned down that 3-year $60 million deal to go back to the Pelicans, and in hindsight, it looks like that was a bad decision.
Yeah,
But
he gambled on
yeah,
himself.
yeah, pretty much. But I guess he thought, I'm just gonna get a free ring, Golden State, and rehab at the same time, and then get my money. And neither of that has happened. So yeah, you know,
Unlucky.
unlucky us. But hey, it's he's gonna be wiping his tears with $100 bills either way.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
Yeah, end of the day, he's still getting his 2.5 mil. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's the 1% problems.
yeah, pretty much. But,
Who do
yeah.
you
So
who
well,
do you see coming out like having a look at the Western Conference? Who do you see like at this stage, sort of nearing the middle of the season?
mhm.
Who's your bet to be representing the Western Conference?
I like the Clippers.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think they got a team that's built for the playoffs. When everything
Yeah.
slows down and everything, gets a little rough and dirty. I think they got the team that can do that. They got their number one guy, Kawhi. They can
Yeah.
do it all. And he's proven two-time champ, two-time Finals MVP. Yeah, and he can he can lock him down and he can put up the points. He proved that last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got Paul George, who I think is more suited to being the number two guy. So he's in a position where there's not as much pressure on him to put up the big numbers, although
Yep.
he's gonna put them up regardless. And um, he's also a first team All NBA guy, first team All Defense guy. So
Yeah, I was gonna say Kawhi
yeah,
and George. They're both two of the more elite two-way players.
yeah. I think when you think of the elite two-way players, you start off with those two.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just off the top of my head, I think of those two when you think of like the truly elite two-way guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those two leading the way, like you can just put anyone around them, and I think they'll go far with just those two players. But then, they got a quality roster, man, and they got Doc Rivers, who I highly rate with a veteran squad. So they got Pat Beverly, who's also right. I love his game, man.
Yeah.
He's a dog, man. But
Yeah. You
yeah,
need those players in the finals.
yeah, and he can shoot the three well. Like I think people have this perception that Pat Beverly, he can't, he can't score, he can't shoot or anything. Like
Yeah.
he can't create his own shot and that, but the perception that he can't shoot is wrong. Like he's a career 37% shooter from three. So I
Yeah.
mean,
I'm just looking
yeah,
at it now.
yeah. So he can shoot the ball. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he started off slow this season,
Hmm.
and then I think that's where it started to creep in. And it was like, oh man, this guy's a bricklayer. But nah, I think in the last month he's been shooting the ball like a lot closer to what
Bringing the average back up.
yeah what everyone's normally accustomed to. Yeah, because I think he started off like the first month like shooting like 20 something percent.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, but he's slowly getting that shot back where it needs to be. And then yeah, so with the Clippers, and you also got Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams, professional scorer.
Oh, I love Lou Williams.
Coming off the bench, bro. I love that pairing, man. They're so
Yeah.
good when they come off the bench, man. So like, and I think it's kind of demoralizing for teams because like you got to start off defending Kawhi and Paul George, and then you
Yeah.
think, oh yeah, let's just hold the fort down until these guys have rest, and then when they do, then you got these two coming on, and they can put up numbers,
Yeah.
yeah, real quick,
They've got
So
a pretty solid squad. With
yeah,
Shamet, Michael
yeah.
Green. Like they all sort
I,
of chip in.
yeah, Jermichael Green. I like his game. Mo Harkless. I thought that was a good pickup from Portland. I
Yeah.
really like his game there. Yeah, and Shamet. I'm a big fan. Like when Philly gifted him to the Clippers, I thought, damn, that was the one guy they needed to keep because Philly needed their shooters and they gave away their best
Yeah.
shooter. I mean, outside of Redick, but yeah. And this guy, yeah, he can knock him down. So yeah. And then they also got Zubac as well,
Yeah.
compliment to Magic Johnson, GOAT GM. Oh no, president, GOAT president of basketball ops. Yeah, so yeah, they got Patrick Patterson, who I mean, he goes alright, but
Yeah.
yeah, like he should be better than what he is, but like, he's got a bit of a reputation. Have you heard? Like he's pretty notorious for his partying and whatnot.
Oh no, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, well, basically he's like low key J.R. Smith. Like,
Ah.
yeah,
From his days at where?
or even as recent as last season on the Thunder. Like he'd be on, I don't know if it's Snapchat or Instagram, but he'd be like recording himself. He's in the club, like partying until the early hours of the morning, knowing full well, like this was during the playoffs, knowing full well that they got a game the next day. So
Oh damn.
yeah, so I don't know. I guess he's just accepted that he's gonna whatever happens to him in basketball is what's gonna happen, and then he's just living his best life off the court, I guess. So yeah, but that was the complaints. I heard the same thing when he was in Houston as well, that he'd be partying up.
Damn.
Yeah, he'd be up in the club like before games and that. And it's like, you know, you can only get away with that if you're James Harden.
Yeah.
James Harden in a strip club and then he'll put up 40 points the next day. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll be doing that if you're Patrick Patterson.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I like the Clippers. I like the Clippers out of the West. I think a dark horse is, well, I wouldn't really call them a dark horse because a lot of people recognize him now, but I think Denver is
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
smoke.
say when you said dark horse, I'm like he's gonna be
Yeah,
Denver.
yeah. So I think, yeah, they're a bit of a um, they're a bit of a smoky to come out of the West. I think from number one guy all to the bottom bench, I think they arguably had the deepest team.
The Nuggets.
Yeah, but
They don't.
it's
They need they need an athletic superstar.
yeah. What we yeah. That's what I was just thinking. Like they need. I think that's the only thing that's stopping them is that they need that second superstar to complement Jokic, and yeah, I think I don't think Jamal Murray's that guy.
No.
Even though he's gonna get paid, he's getting paid to be that guy. Like he just signed a massive extension.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Um, so he's gonna get paid to be that guy, but I don't think he has it in him. When he's hot, bro, like he'd be like Steph Curry when he's hot sometimes. Well, with the shooting, but it's just too far in between, you know. That's, but the Nuggets, I like them. They have a lot of good players. They got Michael Porter Jr.,
Is
who's
he? Isn't
he's
he
done.
injured?
No. He actually made a starting debut today, and he
Oh,
dropped. Yeah. He made a starting debut for the Nuggets today, where they who'd they go up against?
the Kings.
Yeah, so they beat the Kings. The Kings are lousy, but they still beat him with starting debut. He got 19 points on like 8 or 10 shooting.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was a good start for him. Yeah, so 19 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist.
Yeah, because I had big raps on him coming out of college, but yeah, obviously not just him, his whole family are super injury prone.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how injury prone, not just him, but his siblings. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. And, you know, I don't want to, I don't want to come to any conclusions or anything, but, the
God.
family is vegan.
Oh.
The family are game changers. So, yeah, I'm not too sure if we can,
Correlation or causation.
yeah. Yeah. But, I'm just putting it out there that the family is vegan.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, hey,
You be the
if you guys,
judge.
yeah, you guys be the judge. Look up the Porter family injury history, man, and you'll see. It's just crazy. Well, one, it's crazy how athletically talented the family is.
Yeah.
But then, like, yeah, you look at the injury history. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like,
It's really bad.
yeah, talk about bad luck. It's almost like if they see their family was cursed, I believe them.
Yeah. If they
Yeah.
had like 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 one of those curse, like the Boston Red Sox curse.
Yeah, or I wouldn't be surprised if they were like if they were someone or something, and
The equal ones.
so yeah, but he's been doing really well so far. Like limited opportunities, but
Yep.
whenever he does get him, like he usually does quite well. So yeah, it's interesting to see how he's been going so far. But yeah, really interested to see how he goes moving forward. So hopefully he can stay healthy because that back surgery that he had, did he have it in? Yeah, when he was in college, right? Yeah,
Yep.
he
Yeah,
had
the
that
back
back
surgery.
surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like major red flag, man. Like when you're
Yeah, that's
having,
why he dropped so far. Because before the injury, he was like
yeah,
one or
because
two
yeah, he
prospects.
was, he was the number one high school player. Yeah, going into college. But man, when you have to have back surgery at that age, it's like, man, that's yeah, it's not good for your draft stock. So
Yeah.
no, but yeah, no, it's good that the Nuggets made him, take his time with his rehab.
Yep.
Yeah, just to make sure that his back is strong enough to withstand, the grind of the NBA season. Because yeah, like he has to get his body ready
Yep.
for the NBA schedule, man. Because when you're in college, you play once a week or something, but when you come to the NBA, man, you do back to backs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're playing like 3-4 games a week. So
And like against the elite as well. And
yeah,
for Michael Porter Jr., he's playing power forward. He's gonna have to do a lot of defense in the post.
yeah, yeah, and like you said, man, these are elite athletes, man. These aren't the bilingual walk-ons that you're playing against in college, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, hopefully everything pans out. He lives up to his potential, and yeah, he doesn't suffer anymore from the wanted Porter family curse.
The Porter curse, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, those are my two picks, as well as the Lakers. But
Yep.
I like the Clippers and Nuggets the most in the West. So yeah,
Sweet. Well, we'll move on to. We'll spend the first half an hour doing NBA. We'll move on
Dang.
to the NRL because they've had some updates come out this week. What have you heard through the NRL grapevine?
Oh yes, I heard Jair is going to South Sydney.
So that's confirmed?
Yeah, I believe it is confirmed. I'm not too sure what the I kind of forgotten what the details were in terms of signing. I think it may have been a 3-year deal. Averaging around I think it was 800K a year,
Oh damn.
I believe. Yeah. I think it's eight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 800, 750. But yeah, they got a bit of cap space now because of the Sam Burgess retirement, and then they forced my boy GI to retire.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like that's so dodgy, like everything that went down with that.
Well, the
But
whole NRL salary situation is dodgy.
oh, right, it's horrible. Like NRL is a fast, man. Like everything about it, like when it comes to administration, comes to refereeing, it's in a horrible state right now. But
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, yeah. Jair, yeah, I believe 3-year deal, averaging around 800,000 a year. So, but that's for the 2021 season onwards. So, as of right now, he's contracted to the Gold Coast Titans for 1 more year.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm hearing that he's trying
Early
to
release.
get out. Yeah, trying to get an early release because
Yeah.
you know how the NRL works now. Like, man, someone signs for a club in advance. The team doesn't want you there for the last year. They just want to get rid of you. So, and I think, and I think Jair is just he just wants to move on now. So, I believe they're working on getting him released, and I think Gold Coast are willing to work with that as long as they get some sort of compensation. So
Yeah, I think it's just bad for the locker room to have someone in there that's already given up on the team.
yeah, 100%, man. And yeah, and it's a bit disappointing. Like from what I read, I think both sides can probably share a bit of the blame, but from what I read is Mal Meninga offered him 650 a year, 650K, and
Yeah.
didn't really want to budge on that.
Mm.
Yeah, 150K is a lot of money, so I'm guessing he took the money, and then he also has a supermodel girlfriend who I think she's like Miss Australia, I think, like the reigning Miss Australia, and yeah, saying that there'll be more modeling opportunities for her if she was based in Sydney. So I think that was a big factor in his decision as well. But yeah, it's always sad when you lose a Queenslander to these scummy New South Wales.
Run him into the ground.
Don't forget your roots, bro. Remember where you started. You started at the mighty Broncos. Man.
Gone on to do bigger things.
I'm actually still salty that the Broncos let go of him, man. I don't know what Wayne Bennett was doing when he let go of him.
Yeah, what happened there?
Well, I actually can't remember now, but I think we couldn't afford to keep him, but we re-signed some other people that I think we shouldn't have kept on, like
Terrence
Aaron.
Boyd.
Yeah. Oh man, don't get me started on that guy. Man, ugh. I think we've only got one more year of him, so I think that's what's gonna get me by next season. Is that in my head? It's gonna be his last season. But anyway, yeah, I think what happened was that the Titans gave him a good offer, and we declined to match it, so he went. But everyone knew Jair was gonna be a gun, so and we knew that Corey Parker was, getting a little long in the tooth, and
Yeah.
yeah, so he was the ready-made replacement. But you know, I guess, he still turned out all right for us. We still got some gun forwards at
Yeah.
Brisbane, but you know, it would have been better if we had Jairo there. But yeah, but now he's going to the Rabbitohs, and then yeah. So all the best to him. Hopefully, he um, stays a little healthier than what he was at the Titans, because he was really good when he played, but
Yeah.
very injury prone. Like he missed games, and then a lot of games he didn't complete due to injury. He had a nagging back injury for the past couple of seasons, so hopefully he gets that right, and he's 100% healthy come Origin time, because we need to get the Shield back. But yeah, that's another story in itself. But other news in the NRL is the Latrell Mitchell saga.
Yeah.
Still don't know what's going on there. Before he was having meetings with the Cowboys, then he's having meetings with Melbourne and the Titans, and then we hear that he's wanting to go to Souths. And then Wayne Bennett's come out and said, we're happy with James Roberts and Braden Burns.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's lying there, but I just think that what Latrell's team is demanding, no one's really willing to pay, and yeah, it's quite sad. Like, did you watch his interview that he did when that chick went into the outback from like where he's from?
Is that
And
the one where he was saying that the New South Wales setup was racist?
yeah, well, he didn't outright say it, but he kind of implied that. I got mundane vibes from that interview there. Right? Yeah, he kind of implied New South Wales is racist, and like, can you blame him after how he was treated after game one?
Yeah, it was pretty poor effort for
Like,
him to find out that way.
yeah, for him to find out that way, but just the way that he was made to be a scapegoat after that one loss, like, and then yeah, all of a sudden, like, he was the worst player in the world, and like, I didn't even like. I thought he got caught out defensively a couple of times, but it wasn't as bad as like when he played for Australia, their game against where they lost to Tonga. I think that was the worst game I'd seen from him in a while. Yeah, he was horrible there, but yeah. Well, going back to that interview, it kind of looked like he really wanted to stay at the Roosters. Like everything, like the talks with Souths, with Cowboys, with the Titans, like it was all just a negotiation ploy
Yeah.
to, get the Roosters to cave in
Yeah.
on that. But good old Uncle Nick, he's playing hardball with Latrell, and it sounds like the Roosters want him gone. Like they want someone to take him from 2020 onwards. So
Damn.
yeah,
Is he contracted for 2020?
yeah, he's contracted for 2020.
Yeah.
Because the rule is now that you're able to sign a new contract a year out from when you're So instead of waiting until you're actually a free agent, you can sign a contract as soon as the year before ends. So I think that's like November 1st or something like that. But yeah.
What's the point of that?
I'm not too sure. They made that change a while back, eh? And I think people liked that at the time because they were like, oh, it'll just get rid of all that speculation about whether someone's staying or going and whatnot. And, you can't do anything about it. But then, like, look at it now. It hasn't changed. Like,
yeah, it just means that conversation starts a year early, but they've made it so much worse in terms of people sign a contract, they're leaving at the end of the season that hasn't started yet.
Yeah,
it's just early releases, so it's kind of
yeah, pretty much. So it's like, a player signs a 4-year deal, but really it's a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I think that's a big issue in NRL today is that the contracts are, they didn't really mean anything. Really.
Yeah.
So, it's just too many players asking for early releases and whatnot.
But at this stage, you would say that's something that's prevalent in almost every professional sport.
Yeah, pretty much. But like I don't know. I just feel it's really bad in the NRL. Like just the way they operate and just how scummy the player agents are.
Yeah.
And that, so another one, there's a couple more things happening in NRL. So one is Josh Adokar it hasn't gone through completely, but I think the Melbourne Storm have given approval for an early release. I think they're just trying to work with clubs on compensation and whatnot.
Why would the Storm be happy to let him go?
Well, I think he came to them and asked if he could, get a release on compassionate grounds. And I think they could, like, if they really wanted to, they could just dig their heels in and say, nah, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You're still contracted until the end of 2020.
Yeah.
But, I think they're thinking in their head, like, if they can get something in return, then, we shouldn't stop someone if they want to go home. So I think the story is Fox, his missus is pregnant, and he wants to go back home to Sydney to be with family and that. Yeah, so he started out at the Tigers, and I remember his last game at the Tigers, the post-game interview, like he was adamant that he was going to be back at the Tigers one day. Yeah, and she tried to, say, no, see what happens, but he was like, nah, I'm going to be back one day. So I think
not very good at negotiating, is he?
Yeah, I just thought it was I just thought, he's just a spur of the moment thing. It's a bit emotional his last game for the club, but yeah. As soon as I heard that there were rumors that he was trying to go back to the Tigers, I thought of that. I'm like, oh man, maybe it's the Tigers really do have a special place in his heart.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get back to them. But yeah, I think the main reason is he wants to be back with the family. So they got a child on the way, and I guess they want the child to be around the family.
Yeah, especially if the Fox is going to be gone most of the year, or hardly at home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's true, man. It's during the long season, and it's tough on the legs when when their partners are hardly around.
fair enough.
Yeah. Well, one other thing, it's kind of like still breaking. Like they're slowly bringing out the details on it, but good old Fijian superstar.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike Sivo. So apparently he is he got locked up, right, in Fiji.
Yeah, was that a resort?
Yeah, at a resort. So from what I read, it was the bartender. So apparently, like, he hasn't been charged with indecent assault. It's been indecent annoyance. So I think that's the level below indecent assault, because indecent assault, if found guilty, carries a sentence of up to 5 years.
Yeah.
Whereas indecent annoyance, the sentence is up to 1 year max. So I think, yeah, he's got to go to court, sort that out. But what's the story is that he was at a bar having drinks and whatnot, and then he well, this is how the Daily Telegraph reported it, is that he touched her below the belly, and look at your belly. What's below your belly?
3 legs.
Yeah, so I mean that's how they reported it, and then
Damn.
yeah, but they're saying like, oh, I think they're trying to claim. I think Civil's team was trying to say like he tugged on her skirt to get her attention, like to so she could get him a drink or something. But yeah, he knows, man.
Yeah. NRL players and sexual harassment.
Oh man, like yeah. See, and this is what I'm talking about. Like NRL is such a mess. Like administration, referees, but it's the players themselves as well. Hey, like I don't know what it is. Like a rugby player is just like that good at covering it up.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah. Are they that good with the cover up jobs, or? But it's like, man.
They got a Ray Donovan, NRL Ray Donovan.
hard. But yeah, with the NRL, it's like reset the clock. Let's see how many hours can go by without something happening. But yeah, it's yeah, but it's a bit sad to see, because Michael Silver's story is pretty inspirational, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he's just in 1 year at the Eels, he's become a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that monster fend, man. Oh, jeez.
Monster everything, that guy.
Yeah. What's funny is like the first 2 rounds I saw him play, and I was like, bro, this guy is like, he's another Nabuli. Do you remember that guy? He was the Dragons winger. He was another guy that I think Joey Johns and Freddie Fittler recruited him like straight out of Fiji.
Oh no!
He didn't really pan out. Like, he wasn't that great, and then he ended up going to Queensland Reds, but I don't know what's going on with him now. But yeah, when I first saw Sivo play the first two games, I was like, man, this guy's trash, man. And then I saw his reserve grade highlights, and I was like, oh, so this is what this guy's like when he's, at full force. And then, by the end of the year,
Yeah.
he's just destroying blokes, And,
He's got a half an hour highlight reel from one season.
yeah. Like, man, he's straight up powerful. I don't know. I don't know what they're feeding him in Fiji, man, but these guys are built like tanks and
Just
quick as
crazy
hell.
athletic.
Yeah, man. Like it's not like, even when I went for my cousin's wedding, went to Fiji a few years back, and bro, just like seeing the dudes there, like how they were built, like no homo, man, but they were, yeah. I was like, man, these guys, like, it's like natural steroids,
Yeah.
something.
I know what you mean, because I was in Fiji a few months ago, and we went into I forget the name of the little town, Singatoka, and every guy I saw around the town, I was like, if this guy came to Melbourne, would be like the best rugby player in the whole city.
Yeah. I was like, bro, like, man, and now I see why these New Zealand rugby schools are always going to Fiji to recruit. Yeah.
Well, the French teams are the worst. Some of them, the French clubs, have their junior development teams in Fiji.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it's just like, bro, they're just naturally athletic. Like, they're built like bodybuilders, but then they
Quick.
they run like gazelles on the field, man. So,
yeah. And then like the what's that game they play?
Sevens. Or...
There's like they play touch, but there's only one touch, and then if you get touched, you have to hand it over to the other team.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I think like that's one of their that's like one of the main games that they play in the villages, which like bodes really well for when they play sevens. They're used to just chucking it around and not getting touched.
Oh, okay. Oh, I seen them playing touch. Yeah, I didn't realize one touch. So, I guess, yeah. I guess like they build up that evasiveness.
Yeah.
Or that craftiness with the ball. Yeah. At a young age, just by playing those kind of games.
Yeah. So like those kind of games mixed in with the athleticism. Like,
yeah.
You're getting Akilo Wates and all sorts of stars coming out of there.
Yeah. Man, it's just beast nation.
Yeah. Well, if you look, even if you watch the Rugby World Cup, a lot of like the most athletic superstars were the Fijians, with Marika Korobidi, Simi Radradra, Tuisova.
Did Simi make the World Cup team?
The Fijian team? Oh, like the All World Cup team?
Yeah.
100%.
Man. Yeah, he's a beast. Rugby League lost him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. What do I want to talk about the NFL?
Oh man,
regular season games done.
Yeah, it was a crazy day today. That's what I love about Week 17. A lot of people, they don't like it because how, like, teams that have already wrapped up, like secured their position in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They'll choose to rest their starters. Yeah, which is what happens. No different to what happened today, but at the same time, it was a lot on the line as well. So, it was. Let's just have a look at the games. What were the?
So it started with the Bears and Vikings. That one.
Yeah, Bears and Vikings. That was a nothing game because the Vikings, they couldn't improve their position or anything, so that's why they sat Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So they ended up dropping the game to the Bears, but they had an 8-8 season, disappointing.
Yeah, because
And
last year they were so good.
yeah, and that was on the back of the defense, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like Khalil Mack has been carrying injuries all season long, so he wasn't his usual self.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a few injuries on defense, so it wasn't what it was last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, and Trubisky and the offense just they couldn't take on that added workload.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's you got to feel for Bears fans, man, because you see Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson carving it up, leading their team to the playoffs. Yeah, and they think we missed out on those two, and we traded up to get Mitchell Trubisky. So
Well, that's what you get.
yeah, he just hasn't really he hasn't really taken the Bears to the next level. And yeah, the pick was booed on draft night, and
Well, it's like
and
there was no reason that Trubisky got taken ahead of Deshaun Watson, who had like
yeah,
a crazy college career and
yeah,
was
yeah,
a proven winner.
yeah, exactly. But it's evaluating quarterbacks is the hardest job for scouts because it's such a hit and miss position. Like, but yeah, I think a lot of people had Deshaun Watson um, going there, but
Yeah.
for some reason they went with Trubisky. Yeah, but I don't know if it's they don't want a black quarterback or
Yeah.
yeah, but oh well, it's that's who they decided to go with, and yeah, it's not really paying off at the moment. So I'm
No.
not too sure, like how much longer they're gonna give Trubisky to prove himself. I think if they do keep him on next year's the last year. If not, then they're gonna look for quarterback in the next draft.
No, I hope they re-sign him to a massive contract then and he becomes the new Blake Bortles.
Good old Blake Bortles. Mate, what
He's
were
making money.
Jags? Hey?
He's making that money now.
Yeah, but I mean he's holding the clipboard for Jared Goff now in LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who their season ended today as well, but they got a win against the Cardinals. Yeah, so I mean, neither of them making the playoffs. Kyler Murray, he had a decent rookie season, right?
Yeah, but their team is trash.
Yeah, but I mean, we always knew their team was going to be trash. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Kyler Murray, 3,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 intercepts. He went on a massive streak without throwing a pick, and then I think, yeah, just in recent games, I remember against Pittsburgh, he threw 3 picks in that. So, but he did well, um, like probably the second quarter of the season, he was doing really well, just
Yeah.
limiting turnovers and just completing his passes and whatnot. So yeah, he did better than expected. Like a lot of people had issues with his height. Like they thought,
Yeah.
yeah, they thought, he can't be another Breeze or Russell Wilson. But he's shown us something.
He's shorter though, isn't he? Because isn't he
Yeah,
5'10"?
yeah. I think he's even shorter than those guys. So
Yeah.
like you can see it on the field. Like if you watch the games, man, you can see how little he is compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. He got through it. So yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it just let's just see how he pans out next season. Remember good old Browns quarterback. What's his name again?
Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah, Baker Mayfield. Yeah, remember he had a pretty beast rookie season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he set the rookie record for most touchdowns in their first season, and then look at how him and the Browns turned out this year.
But they added OBJ and
Jarvis Landry.
So you would have thought it was going to get way better. But when you got a coach like Kitchens.
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't have a coach like Freddie Kitchens anymore because he just got fired today. But he did have a coach like Freddie Kitchens, and I think that was the right decision, man. Like the Browns regressed despite getting better on all fronts. And I don't think he had the right game plan in place, and
I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did.
Yeah. Well, I guess they wanted to give him the full season to prove himself, but it just never changed. And I just thought it was such bad taste with the whole Myles Garrett incident with Mason Rudolph, like how that whole thing went down and how he handled it. Yeah. And then, the next week, how he wore that, or a couple weeks later, how he took a picture with him wearing that T-shirt saying Pittsburgh started it. Like, I just thought, man, that's such poor taste.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's just such poor taste and bad awareness from, the leader of the team. Like, you can't be like showing that sort of pettiness when you're the head coach. So I think they did. Yeah, I think they did the right thing. I mean, look, they ended the season losing to the Cincinnati Bengals, who have the worst record. Yeah, who had they already secured the number 1 pick for next season, and they've and the Browns lost to them, like Andy Dalton and Joe Mixon put 33 points on them. So it just I think it just speaks volumes of the what the team morale and is like at the Browns right now with the talent that they had.
Oh man, it's doing so much better.
Yeah, and they also had Nick Chubb, who was the leading rusher.
Yeah.
This season, and it's just, Browns fans would be massively disappointed with how their season turned out. 6-10, it's not good enough. They should have been playoff bound.
And like their players didn't even won out as well, so.
Yeah. Well, you see, OBJ, man. I mean, he's gonna continue being a diva, man. But going around selling other teams, come get him. So I'm not too sure what happens with him next season. Apparently, Jarvis Landry, there's rumors that he also wants out as well. So we may be looking at a completely different Browns team next season, depending on what the front office want to do.
Which is pretty sad because they've been asked for ages, and then I was like, oh, like it's all come together now.
Yeah.
Still asked.
Yeah. But, I mean, Rams got some decisions to make as well. They've got Todd Gurley on a massive contract. He's still got 12 touchdowns on the ground, but he's not
what he was.
Yeah, he's not what he was, and I think it's that knee arthritis that kept him that made him very limited in the playoffs last year. I think that's going to be bothering him, and I think it's only going to get worse from now. Yeah, he's only 25 now, but if you're 25 and you got arthritis in your knee, like man,
Doesn't bode well.
I don't think it's gonna get any better. So I think he's on big money, but I think they've paid most of his guaranteed portion. So I think they got to make a decision, maybe in the off season or maybe the year after. Because this off season they've also got to pay Jalen Ramsey. If they don't pay him, that'll be a horrible decision because they gave up 2 first-round picks for him.
I was gonna say, yeah, they traded for him.
Yeah.
They need a.
Yeah, so they have to pay him. Like otherwise, they gave up 2 first-round picks for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I feel like
Yeah.
76ers trading the trades they made last year.
yeah, Jimmy Butler and that. Yeah, so and then the golf contract, that awesome contract that they got Jared Goff on.
Yeah.
That extension kicks in next season, so
Damn.
yeah, I mean,
Unlucky.
yeah. But what was some of the other? Let's look at the important games.
The other game, not important, but newsworthy, was the I was just looking at it, the Jameis Winston joined the 30-30 club.
Oh, famous Jameis, yeah, the 30-30 club. Like, man, I'm just. I don't understand. Like, how can he be so good and so bad, like, in the same game, so consistently?
Did you hear that interview where they're like, "Are you worried about your turnovers being the reason that you're not in a Bucks uniform next year?" And he was like, look, if I get rid of those mistakes, I'm the best quarterback in the NFL by none."
But if you look at his stats, like he led the league in passing yards this season. He's the only guy that broke 5,000 yards this season. And I think he's like, there's about like 13 other quarterbacks that have done it. Something like that. Yeah. 5,000 yards.
He's going balls deep every game. Like,
yeah, but I mean, he's completing those passes. 8.2 average, like, per pass attempt. Like, that's awesome.
yeah.
33 touchdowns. That's only second to Lamar Jackson, who had 36. So, like, if you look at those numbers and just ignore the intercepts, it's like, bro, this guy's elite. He's a elite quarterback. But then you look at the intercepts and it's like, God damn, this guy's a turnover machine. So
it's like, would he be able to throw those touchdowns if he wasn't of the mindset where he's trying to avoid intercepts?
Yeah, that's true. Like, he's just a gunslinger. Like, he sees the pass that he wants to throw, and he'll just throw the rocket. Like,
yeah.
I
think it's part and parcel. Like,
he's a poor man's Brett Favre in that sense. But the first 30 and 30 guy, I mean,
that's not a good achievement.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good achievement to hang your hat on, but it just blows my mind that, like, how, like, at his age, he's thrown the most touchdowns, like, of any quarterback. Yeah, so like in terms of yards and touchdowns, like, he's doing things that hasn't been done before him.
Yeah.
It's the turnovers that's letting him down.
But when you look at the turnovers, it's like, fuck, some of them are just so dumb.
Oh, bro, yeah, tell me about it. He keeps throwing like when I look at his interceptions, there's some like it looks like it's like Groundhog Day. He keeps chucking the same ones over and over.
The ones where he's throwing into the slot receivers, or the ones where he just looks over the linebacker and then he throws it, and the linebacker just puts his hand up. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like there's the one where they'll just like one of the receivers will just run a straight route and then curl back.
Yeah,
And then he keeps throwing that one, and every time the corner just jumps the route.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was the pick six that he threw to that which ended the game in OT. But I've seen that interception from time and time again. It's like I don't know. I don't. Yeah, this guy's got short-term memory because sometimes it's a good thing, but in this case it's very bad because he just keeps doing the same thing over and over. But I mean, yeah, outside of it, outside of that, he puts up the numbers, but yeah,
Yeah, that's.
famous Jameis.
We'll see where he
What
ends
a
up
character.
this offseason.
Yeah, because what is he a free agent in the off season?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I heard the Bucks were bringing him back.
yeah.
I heard it was going to be like a 1 or 2 year deal, but last
They were going to franchise tag him.
yeah, I mean that would probably make a bit of sense if they weren't too sure on
Well,
how much they wanted to pay him, but
but the franchise tag is going to cost them.
it's gonna he's gonna get paid like a top 5 quarterback, but
Yeah.
yeah, I guess if you just ignore interceptions and then you'll be happy.
I reckon they should just tank and try to get Trevor Simmons,
Who's that? Who?
the Clemson quarterback.
Oh, okay. And is he's gonna be eligible in the next draft?
Next draft, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
That's who everyone's trying to tank for.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if they bring back Jameis Winston, they still might have a chance at getting that pick, because he is so volatile with his play. You don't know if he's going to throw 5 touchdowns or 5 interceptions. So,
But the Bucks are they're not a team that's on the verge. So why would you pay a quarterback
yeah,
$30 million for one season?
yeah, that's true. But I mean, man, he's I mean, they got some talent on. They got Goodwin and Mike Evans
Yep.
as their wide receivers. So, they've got talent there. They've got Shaq Barrett on defense, who, he could be a decoy like defensive player of the year candidate.
Yep.
Yeah, league leader in sacks, 19 and a half. Yeah, they got Jason Pierre-Paul, who's good when he plays.
Yep.
Yeah. So, they got Levante David, who's consistent.
Stop this year. I didn't even notice.
Was it?
In I didn't even know how to say his first name. So.
Oh yeah. So they got rid of Gerald McCoy.
Yeah.
They traded him. Who did they trade him to? Did they trade him to the Panthers?
Yeah, Panthers.
Yeah, they traded him to the Panthers. In the end, and they signed Sue in the offseason. So, it was it's a bit ironic because how they're part of the same draft, and it was like even leading up to the draft, the debate was like who's the better defensive tackle out of McCoy and Sue, and yeah. Personally, I think Sue's had the better career, but Yeah. He just got bad reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, due
Oh,
to
shit.
the large number of dirty plays that
Due to
he's
being a piece of shit.
yeah. He's kind of like the Albert Hainsworth
Yeah.
of his generation. You know,
Yeah.
before him it was Hainsworth who was the
Dirty
dirty
dog.
prick, and now
Yeah.
yeah, and now he's taking that mantle.
And he's
Yeah,
passing it on to Miles Garrett.
yeah, man. Hey, like you know, there were some dirty plays that Miles Garrett did beforehand.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so this is it's nothing new. It's nothing new with the dirty plays here. This was just more extreme than the others. So
Yeah, like it's not like it's out of character.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's why the NFL justified themselves in suspending him indefinitely. So there's another thing that the Browns have to look at is seeing how long Miles Garrett will be suspended next season.
Yeah.
So yeah, just another pain in the ass for the Browns that they need to sort out. But yeah, staying on the NFL games. The Cowboys are out despite putting up their highest number of points for the season. Beat the
Unlucky.
Redskins 47-16. Dak threw 4 TDs, 300 yards. Zeke went 100 plus, 122 yards and a touchdown. But, it doesn't mean anything. And that's because the Eagles got the job done against the Giants.
That's what happens when you leave it to week 17.
Yeah, 100%, man. And that's what annoyed me with the Steelers is that we had so many chances to lock up that wild card spot, and then we lose our last 3 games. So we lose to the Jets, the mighty Jets of all teams. Yeah, lose to them, lose to the Bills, and then we lose today to the bloody Ravens. They arrested their starters. We played, poor man's Lamar Jackson in RG3.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it wasn't even a close game, man. They beat us 28-10. And oh man, it's just been such a frustrating season. So many injuries, but the quarterback play was abysmal, man. Like the offensive coordinator for the Steelers, Randy Fichtner, he needs to go. Like he's had 2 years. Even last season, when we had all hands on deck, like we had Big Ben, we had Mr. Big Chest, Antonio Brown,
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster was healthy, got 1,300 yards receiving, and then we had James Conner, who was a beast. He was a Pro Bowl running back last season, and our offense, like, we should have been putting up, numbers that were almost all time with the talent that we had. Like, had a great offensive line. They were healthy, but yeah, it's just at the end of the day, like if you have a bad offensive coordinator that and their play calling isn't up to scratch, then you're not going to get far.
Yeah.
And and that was the Steelers story this season. Just bad play calling, bad quarterback play. Like we had Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges. All they could throw was screen pass, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They struggled to throw the ball more than 10 yards. And like we had an elite defense. We led the league in takeaways, and I think we're top 5 in yards allowed. But that's an achievement in being top 5 in yards allowed when the when the defense has to be on the field as long as they had to. So we lost Big Ben in week 2, so it's just been a struggle all season. But yeah, we finished 8-8.
You guys have your You guys didn't even have your first round pick, eh?
No. We traded our first round pick to the Dolphins for Minka Fitzpatrick, which I'm fine with because Minka transformed our defense, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, week 1 we got lit up by the Pats, and then week 2 I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember, but we lost and we were horrible. And then after that, yeah, then decided to make the change, and then like, man, it was just instant impact. Like, I think Mika got like 3 intercepts in his first 5 games for us. Yeah,
Mania.
yeah, and it was just like he just had that effect on teams. Like, if you pass deep, man, be prepared to have your pass picked off. So yeah, and then that just it just and then TJ Watt, like, man, he had a great year. He should be an All-Pro. And then we got Bud Dupree had a breakout season, which is annoying because he's in a contract year. So Bud Dupree, like,
gonna get paid.
Yeah, and that is what's so annoying with contract years, right? Like, this guy, Bud Dupree, 4 years, mediocre play. And then all of a sudden, this season, 11.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. He got snubbed from the Pro Bowl, which hopefully that is factored into negotiations. But yeah, but it's like he didn't live up to the hype for the first 4 years. Now in his 5th year, he gets double-digit sacks, and now we got to pay him to keep him. And that's annoying. Yeah, because
you got to pay him based on his last year, not the prior 3.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe we'll franchise him, but yeah, it was just. I mean, technically, we didn't even have Tomlin under contract for next season as well. This was his last year, so I'm hoping we re-sign him. He's proven himself. He's never had a losing season since being in charge, so I think he's earned that. He's gone to He's taken us to 2 Super Bowls, won 1. So.
And there's a dearth of good NFL coaches. So.
Yeah, exactly. And you never really know until you've tried them out and seen how they go. But we know what we've got in Tomlin. We know that he can rally the troops, get them to get some wins on the board. And outside of Antonio Brown, like, there wasn't, there's never been any mad dramas. I mean, you can look at the Le'Veon Bell situation, but it wasn't. But that wasn't really like drama, like locker room drama, and that it was more like it was just the players just speaking out. They're just frustrated. They wanted their All-Pro running back in training camp and whatnot. Whereas Antonio Brown, like, that was the outlier. And you see, like, with how he's going now, how he's like doing his music career and everything. Everything that happened in Oakland and whatnot, you see that he was just like a special case. Yeah. And if anything, Tomlin should be commended for how he was able to, keep him under wraps for
so long.
For that long. Yeah. So, but yeah, still it. Yeah.
Well, look, we'll move into our picks then for our multi bets.
Yeah. Okay. So
we're sitting Yeah, you go first.
Okay, cool. Okay, so my one is I have got. So I've done a point stat for the NBA games and then just done standard head-to-head for the NFL games. So for the Utah Jazz against the Pistons, I've got the Jazz to win by 11 or more. Okay, Timberwolves versus the Nets. I've got the Nets to win by 3 points or more.
Yeah, I would say it's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got that one as well.
Oh, okay. Bucks versus the Bulls. I've got the Bucks to win by 8 or more. If it says -8, that means 8 or more, right?
Yeah, so they got to win by at least 9 or more.
Oh, okay. So 9 or more. Okay, cool. And then Wizards versus Heat. I've got the Heat to win by 10 plus. Okay, and Magic versus Hawks. I've got the Magic to win by 13 plus. And I like the Magic because they got a lot of defensive talent. Trae Young can't defend to save his life, and he's also the only scoring threat that they got. So that's why I like the Magic to win 13 plus. Okay, in the NFL, Seahawks and Eagles. I got the Seahawks winning that one.
Yeah, same.
Saints versus Vikings. I've got the Saints. Yeah, Michael Thomas, Drew Brees. Too much.
Yeah, and potentially Mr. Big Chest.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't think I think the NFL implied that if they do sign him, he's gonna be put on the exempt list. So
okay.
yeah, maybe that could be something for next season. Okay, the Patriots and Titans. Yeah, I've gone against the grain, and I've picked the Titans to win. I truly believe they win. They're gonna win. Tannehill's revived the Titans, and offensively, the Pats just don't have it right now. Yeah, and Chris Henry, he's a beast. He's a beast running back, and AJ Brown, he's giving the deep threat for the Titans that that Tom Brady doesn't have. He's got Julian Edelman, and that's it. Edelman led the league in drops this season. So he got 100 receptions and 1,000 plus yards, but 12 drops. So
uncharacteristic.
Yeah. So I'm backing the Titans on that one. Texans and Bills. Got the Texans. Deshaun Watson. And what's her receiver's name again? Oh yeah, DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. I can't see the Bills beating him. But that's my 9-leg multi. So with $5, you could win yourself $1,151.69. Yeah.
Balling. So every multi of yours is going to be like over $1,000.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, but I mean these are just the picks that I've gone with, and it just happens to be over $1,000. So I don't know. I got a good feeling about this multi, man. So I think you can just slap a lazy 5 on tab, and then you're gonna be $1,000 richer. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's how you lose $5. For the winning multi, what you want to do is you want to go first leg, Miami Heat, to beat the Wizards, and the total points to be under 229.5. I think the Wizards they're not gonna be putting up too many points, so I think that total should stay under 229.5. Then I got the Nets minus 2.5, which is the one we both had. I don't really trust the NBA because it's been sort of all over the show with the betting that I had this year. So those are the only 2 legs I've got for NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got 3 NFL legs. I've got the Titans covering the line plus 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think either the Patriots are going to win by 3 or less, or the Titans will get the upset. And then I got the Saints minus 8 versus the Vikings. I think they're going to smash them. And then the Hawks head-to-head versus Philly, who just snuck in.
Nice.
So
Yeah. It's a
check a
return.
$5 on that, and you'll win 154.55.
Oh man, that's trash, man. Come on, man. Let's make these people some money, man. Make them some real money, man. Come on.
Let's see you win your multi first, and then if it wins, then from there on I'll do only $1,000 multis.
Bro, I tell you what, man. In 2K, you know how you can do your daily picks and you select the teams that are gonna win.
Yeah.
I win almost every time, man. So I'm confident.
All right. We'll see then. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks so much for listening. That's been week 12 of the $5 multi. Thanks, Nathan, for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. Good chat.
Good chat, Ryan.
I think maybe I rambled on a bit much, but it's my first time, so.
Yeah, your first. No, it was good to have you on, and we'll do plenty more.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not just the 2 of us next time. We get some other boys on here.
Yeah. Now we'll get some of the boys next time. But for your first one, because you're our special guest, we thought we'd get just one-on-one.
Yeah. Give me my shine, man, and then I just fade into the background next time. But yeah, thanks for having me, man.
No worries, man. Thanks for coming on.
Sweet.
Let's jump on 2K.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.